that like when you get a chance to go back there?
Yeah, a little bit different last year than this year. Obviously, you got a lot of emotions. It's kind of fresh, obviously, my time there, but a little less of that now. I'm more concerned about what we got going on in this building. Seeing with them on tape, they're starting to find, I think, their formula a lot. Really good team coming off a big win. Like I said, they're hot right now. So for us, we're gonna have our hands full, just getting ready for good personnel to getting Miles Sanders back, a couple other guys. It'll be a good game.
Malcolm, for eyewitness account, how dangerous is Devonta as a receiver?
Oh man, I think his explosiveness is really the main reason we have him there. Every time he touches the ball, he's got an opportunity to break something open. Just his ability to change direction, his speed, you get him out open in space, it's hard to get down.
Is that rare for him? Like his ability to kind of like stop and go and change direction? Would you call it? Is that fair? Is that a fair word to use?
Yeah, I think it's not many. Especially for his size. I think through my career, you look at other people. I think of like Darren Sproles is somebody who had that build and that ability to stop and accelerate, to change direction, and who's a smaller body, so actually makes it harder to be able to get a piece of him. Obviously makes a lot of plays for us.
I mean, it's obvious, but why is it so hard to stop, when you have a running quarterback, and then that also makes the running backs more effective?
Yeah, whenever your quarterback runs the ball, you now have to use all 11 defenders in order to stop it. It's just simple math, right? Usually the quarterback's not part of the run game, so you're always playing defense with 11 on 10. But all of a sudden, the quarterback's running, now you have to account for him, and that it's 11 on 11, which changes coverage. So you got to decide, do you want to play single high, split safety? Do you want to go zero across the board, where you're better in the run, but you're more vulnerable against the pass? He's not somebody who can't throw the ball. So it just creates a lot of a unique dynamic to add that third element of quarterback runs to their menu. But we've played against quarterbacks that can scramble. We watched the tape last year. It hurt us, the quarterback scramble, when we played them last year. So it's going to be a huge emphasis. Not going to be able to stop them from doing it. It's a big part of their game plan, but we got to be able to mitigate the big plays.
And why are the Saints so good at run defense consistently, even though you guys have changed out personnel so much over 4 or 5 years?
Actually, that's all up to the front. We watch this on tape. We don't play, a ton of down safety defense. A lot of it's split safety, and so when you're playing, we're as good against the run as we are with a light box. It's pretty unusual. So you got to give that up to the way that our front plays, the way our linebackers play, because it's really about them.
Man, what are your early impressions of Devonta Smith?
He's one of those guys that I think he's just competitive. That's the biggest thing that I see off the tape immediately is just smaller guy, shifty but crafty route runner. Catches the ball in traffic and contested catches, and I think he's the spark in that offense. They seem to rally around him and get going when he's making a couple plays. So he's just one of those guys. We're gonna have to. He's their big play guy. We're gonna have to take him out, or at least minimize the big plays that he has on Sunday.
Can you just tell us what you're doing with the NFT and how you got involved with that?
Oh yeah, so launched 3 NFTs today. My collection is called A Minted Legacy. Really been working on it for a while now, probably since back in like February, March. Put a lot of thought into just, I wanted to get into the NFT space, the blockchain technology, but I didn't just want to slap my name on something and throw it out there. Really wanted to be intentional about bringing art and pieces of myself that fans don't all the time, get access to. So it's, some of my favorite moments from my time in Philadelphia. It's a lot of personal kind of photography and movement and moments that I thought, were part of kind of my legacy there. Being those moments right before a game during the national anthem, like what's going on in my mind, what's going on, what are the things that motivate me, a couple plays from the Super Bowl, and then just a card that really just cements the fact that we were able to bring Philadelphia its first championship. So it's really the first collection of probably many that I'll put out. But it's right now, it's live on not on OpenSea, but crypto.com for auction. So yeah, hopefully people rock with it.
kind of alluded to it when the team's kind of stressing you with the run, with the quarterback run. Like, how worried do you have to be about getting hit over the top with that sort of stuff? Just like getting drawn in. And
yeah, I think for deep defenders like myself or Marcus, you can't allow a 10-yard run by the quarterback to all of a sudden to get you to creep up or get impatient on the back end, because then they do take shots down the field and they time them up well. Where it's run, and then as soon as you start to creep up, big time shot down the field. So that's just going to come down to myself, to Marcus having the patience to just deal with a run here or there. As long as we get them down, it's not a problem. But not sacrificing the coverage end of it, because we feel good about our ability to get off the field if a team has to dink and dunk and run all the way 80 yards. But the fastest way that they can get obviously is a big play. So we'll bet on our ability to execute over the long run of a drive and keep the ball in front of us.
Malcolm, y'all lost 2 games in a row. Either one could have been changed by 1 or 2 plays.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like that's last 2 weeks are kind of uncharacteristic of you guys? Is that an emphasis this week to get back to what y'all have been?
No, I think to your point, when you look at the tape and you say, we actually played those games how we needed to play them, 1 or 2 plays didn't go our way and we didn't get the result that we want, then we're not being out of characteristic. We actually played those games exactly how we needed to play them. And didn't make 1 or 2 plays. So it's just really about how, emphasizing that's the difference between winning and losing for our team. It's just those 1 or 2 plays of executing. And if that's the difference, then we're this close to being where we want to be. And I think that's the message: trusting the process, trusting where we are. Obviously, making all of the plays that we can make. But we're playing good teams, and it's a competitive league. They're going to make plays. We're going to make plays. It's just about being in the game, winning the situations when it comes down to it. I think we feel probably more upset in some of the mistakes that we made, as opposed to some of the plays that they made. So we eliminate our own mental mistakes, then we're right where we want to be.
Would you say that this is one of the tougher venues to play at?
I think so, especially when a team is rolling. It's their team. You let them hang around. They get into it, the crowd's into it. It's a tough place to win. And that's a team that loves the fight. They love being, doubted, and they're a scrappy group, can run the ball, can control the game. And like I said, once the crowd gets into it, it's a hard place to shift momentum.
Did that crowd go easy on you at all last year, or you were in?
Well, they won, so but I didn't have much leverage to stand on. But and I'm sure, a couple years removed, it won't be a homecoming for sure.
You a Scrabble guy?
No, I'm a words with friends type of guy.
No, Scrapple.
Scrapple. What is that?
Isn't that like a Philly thing? Aren't you from the Philly area?
No, I'm from Jersey. I know what you're talking about. No, I'm not a Scrapple guy. I thought you said Scrabble for a second. I was like,
I like how you answered that as if it was a perfectly normal question.
I'm just like, you never know.
It's like, no, actually, I prefer words with friends.
Probably sparked no weird expression he's gotten over there.
All
I prefer
good.
words with friends to Scrapple, too.
All good?
Thanks,
All
Robert.
right, no problem.
I was going to ask you about Wawa, but